Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do Am I the Asshole threads on Reddit. Yeah. I've heard of these before, but lately I've been going from thing to thing to thing, and right now what I want my thing to be is couponing and Susie the Homemaker stuff, but also Am I the Asshole Reddit threads. Like, I want to get into these. I want to give commentary. It's like shooting the hot goss, okay? Little chit chat moment. Really quickly, I do want to mention, if you are not familiar with the legal battle I am facing with an MLM company, I'm going to have that linked in the description and maybe even a pinned comment, and you can read up on that, but let's get into the video. This one, the title gave me a little chuckle. Am I the asshole for not disclosing that I have mooned in my youth to my husband? And I had to read that twice because I was like, who would care about that? My husband has been very distant with me since he found out that I mooned in my school year catalog. To speeding cameras, and when Bush and Obama visited our country, the Bush one was even acknowledged in the news, but nobody found us. He thinks I am loose and he's disappointed in me. He said if he knew, he wouldn't have gone out with me, let alone marry me. I am 40 now, so all of these things were a long time ago, late 90s, early 2000s, save for the speeding ticket and the Obama. We've been together for 8 years and married for 5. We have 3 small children, and I think he's planning on leaving me. In my defense, I didn't even think it was a big deal to be disclosed. I have been very open and honest with him otherwise. He seems to think that this makes me even worse, that I don't even see it as something bad and promiscuous. I'm screwed. Isn't promiscuous when you're sleeping around? What to do with anything? Especially like when you're younger. My school year catalog, I'm assuming that means high school. Like, you do all kinds of dumb stuff. For someone, especially a long-term romantic partner, to hold that against you, honestly, I can see like talking through it and being like, yeah, I wouldn't moon someone now if you need that to like fall asleep at night. But I think that usually goes without saying. I mean, you never know, but I think that would typically go without saying, especially if this person has been open and honest in most cases, like aside from like this just coming up, like, and how do you bring that up? Let me know in the comments. If you mooned, hypothetically, in high school, would you feel overwhelmed with guilt and feel compelled to confess that to your romantic partner? I wouldn't feel, because why would there be guilt there? I know sometimes people have stipulations around their sex life and things like that that they want to disclose to their partners, even though it has like, it's like before them and stuff like that, and they want to talk about it, or like their virginity, things like that, due to their religion, whatever. I get that people do that, but mooning, I don't think that really falls in the category of things to disclose before you get married. Like, who cares? That would be hilarious, if anything. He thinks I'm loose and he's disappointed in me for something. She's in her 40s. So this happened over, what is that, 25 years ago? Who cares? Honestly, that is so petty. And in my opinion, it has to be just what he's using as the catalyst, what's tipping the iceberg of him being like, I'm out. She mooned in high school, and then obviously these other situations, confirmed. I'm done. I can see being like, that was kind of childish. That was not very mature. But like, they're not doing it now. I would assume they wouldn't keep doing that. If they were going to keep doing that, that's a different conversation. But I would think that this person is not still mooning, especially not on TV. Let's look at the comments though. You mooned 2 presidents. I like that it was bipartisan. Both Republicans and Democrats alike were able to bask in the moon. Someone needs to make a movie about this woman and call it Bipartisan Moonlight, turning the other cheek, turning both cheeks. It was bipartisan mind, 2 faces of the moon by the light of the moon. Bipartisan them cheeks. We were literally just saying this, bipartisan moonlight, best comment ever, 100%. Someone says, this is literally reason to marry someone, not divorce then. Let me know if dude drops the bag, I got a ring already. We can moon presidents together. One of the sweetest proposals I've ever heard. Your love story should be made into a Celine Dion ballad. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza. this offer. That is so funny. And the comments keep going. That's hilarious. All right, but here's something with a little bit of substance. Morning GW Bush is a fucking accomplishment, LMAO, not the asshole. I don't think she's the asshole at all. Like, I think he's the asshole, and I think he's probably just latching onto this for whatever reason as being like, yeah, I'm done with you. OP is not the asshole. OP's husband is being manipulative and petty, 100%. He's giving her silent treatment. That is ridiculously manipulative. Only his opinion matters to him, and only his opinion is allowed to matter to OP as well. Fuck what she thinks, right? Rather than talking to her like a married adult with 3 kids, he is throwing a tantrum. If he's gonna be acting like this, he should stay at a hotel until he's ready to talk like a grown-up. Yeah, and like, what is there to talk about? Really, like, as long as she's not still mooning, what discussion does there need to be had? I think OP's husband needs to take this to a therapist, because those are personal feelings, and this guy's just like holding it against her, it seems like. OP, bonus points if you use a mom voice on him and speak to him like you're disciplining a child. Yeah, that's not gonna go well, but if you don't care about salvaging the relationship, I guess this girl's not gonna care about that. I don't know if you're close with your in-laws, but I would probably tell on him as well, since he's acting like a child, and I'll tell his mommy and daddy. Again, maybe not the best route if you actually want to stay married to this person. If I found out my child was treating his wife/mother of his children like this, whoa boy, I don't know what I would do, but I would be livid with him. I would definitely be upsetty spaghetti. I'm wondering if he's been showing other signs of restlessness or dissatisfaction, because this smacks of cheap excuse to leave, and it would be a very cheap excuse to do. Yeah, 100%. I don't think anybody leaves for something as small as this. There's definitely other stuff going on, and we don't know what that is really. Just posted the same thought. I also wonder what or who he's been up to. Personally, I would be snooping through his tech like a PI. None of this makes any sense for a reasonable person. It seems like there possibly could be like some comparison going on, like this person is comparing his wife to someone else's wife, thinking that, oh, so-and-so's wife would never act this way, like they would have never done this, so-and-so's wife is so much classier. Like, we really don't know. I'm calling her loose is laughable. My mother-in-law flashed her boobs to the banks of the Brisbane River when she was on a river cruise. She was 53 at the time. When we were on a 2-week cruise, she mooned her flash every port from our balcony. This woman was married to one man from the age of 18 until he passed away at 65. She'd never slept with anyone else. She just thought it was hilarious to flash her old lady boobs and asked strangers she would never see again. Not the asshole. I think it's hilarious and I want to be your friend. If I were in your shoes, I'd be weirded out. My husband considered this as making someone loose. I'd expect my husband to laugh about this. Yeah, I would definitely laugh at something like this. The only thing that I would like have second thoughts about would be if there was like photographic evidence being passed around in a not so good light, then I think that would be cause for concern and conversation between the husband and wife here. I love that there's a lot of positive comments, and I loved finding a kind of like funny one to read. I filmed a video yesterday. Who knows if you guys are gonna see it or not. If there was a video I post before you're seeing this one, then yeah, it looks like I posted it. When I filmed it, I thought it was focused, like I thought I had fixed it, and apparently I hadn't fixed it, and I filmed on my phone, and so I don't have like a monitor or a way to like check it. I kind of check it in the reflection, but it seemed like it was okay. If I fixed it, you guys saw the video. If not, it was the other one. But that one was a little heavier, so I love reading this one for you guys today. Let's see if we can find another one. Here we go. This one seems like it's serious for someone, but I think still on the lighter end of the spectrum. Emma the asshole for showing up to my sister's birth dressed as a fairy. I'm Holly. I, 26-year-old female, have a sister, Haley, also 26-year-old female. I'm using her account because my husband knows my user. Anyway, my sister gave birth to her sons last month and had decided to make me the godmother. We both loved Fairly Odd Parents when it came out in 2001, and I thought it'd be cute to show up in a fairy costume. I glued wings to the back and made a floating crown out of some wire. Haley thought it was adorable and she said she loved it, but my husband was not amused and said I was acting childish. I'm a grown woman who shouldn't be playing pretend. I thought he was being dramatic, but a month later he still thinks I embarrassed him in front of the nurses. So am I the asshole? We haven't even gotten to the second half of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, based on what we know now, absolutely not. You sound like a good time. And I'm gonna say something that might be controversial and a little spicy for the gents here, if you're a gent here. Who cares if you're embarrassed in front of the nurses? It's not your party, it's not your show. You know whose show it is? The person giving birth. That's the party, that's the show, that's the spotlight. It is her time to shine. It is literally all about her. And when that baby comes out, it's all about her and the baby together. Yeah, all the focus is on her. Who cares what you want? Who cares what you like? I'm sorry. Get some men to support you in this time, because everything happening in that room, it's not about you. Not your time to shine. The person giving birth is cool with it. That's what matters. She's the one with her legs wide open. Everyone's seeing her goodies. Okay, she's the one giving birth. She's the one going through pain. And if this makes her happy, she should have it. Pregnant women giving birth should have everything they want. Okay, and that is my policy here on this channel. If you disagree, you're gonna have a bad time here. Anyway, he's a party pooper. I think I was right, because I got a lot of compliments from the other residents in the waiting room, and the nurse in my sister's room said that she thought I looked cute. But I do understand how it might have been a bit embarrassing for my husband, so I'm just wondering if I should have left that for a visit. No, who cares what your husband thinks? He's embarrassed in front of the other nurses. What, is one of them his secret girlfriend? Who cares? That's a personal issue. Being embarrassed in that situation, that is a personal problem. Honestly, keep it to yourself. Honestly, that is something you should keep to yourself. I can't even imagine bringing that up. If you were wondering, it was a pink sundress with some wings glued to the back and some white sandals. It wasn't anything extra. Yeah, it sounds pretty simple and cute and fun. Someone mentioned they saw a TikTok about this and wanted to mention I took inspiration. I didn't come up with the godmother bit on my own. I think that's a really fun idea and really special. And honestly, if any other like moms giving birth or like the nurses in the ward could have seen that, that's honestly probably like people probably took that as a good sign, good vibes. We're adding to like the good energy in there, which is needed. Not the asshole, your husband sounds like a party pooper, your sister loved it, that's what matters. Literally all that matters. That sounded adorable, great moment between sisters, 100%. And like, as your spouse, how are you not like gonna back them on that? Like, if everybody is having a good time but you, I think that is time to just keep that to yourself and process that. And then if it's actually important, bring it up. Being embarrassed because you made your sister happy with something that actually had zero intended impact on anyone else in a negative way, keep it to yourself. You're embarrassed that your wife went and made someone happy during a very vulnerable time. Selfish, honestly, that's how I feel. For sure, Opie married the fun police. As long as the new mother was happy with it and didn't mind you drawing some attention, it's all good. 100%. I did not turn my mic on. Okay, this is me just now turning my mic on. So sorry about the audio in the beginning there. Love that for me. After this, actually, I am gonna try to figure out how to make the audio even better, because I do have a mic, but like, I know I've been saying this for a long time, but I have like a million things going on at one time. I am going to take the time tonight because it's almost 8 o'clock. So I'm going to film this and then work on figuring out the audio, because it shouldn't be too complicated. It's just something that had to like sit on the back seat. Am I the asshole for not paying my neighbor's gas bill that's increased because our house blocks the sun from hitting her house? I'm going to go ahead and say no, unless you built your house on purpose in front of theirs. Like, that would be kind of like they're not entitled to you paying their bill or contributing to it, but like, I mean, it would be kind of crummy, but no, no one's entitled to you paying their bills for them unless they said they would. We had a second floor added to our house. Oh, well, there you go. We had a second floor added to our house because of our expanding family. Our street is big hills, so the house to the right of us is lower than our house. With our house being 2 stories, it blocks the sun from hitting the majority of our neighbor's house, as well as a good portion of her backyard closest to her house. You know what, though? But like, does she have a front yard? Because you could maybe, I don't know how this is set up, but like, maybe she could just go in the front yard. I don't know. When we were building during the summer, she was mostly upset because her flower beds at the back side of her house stopped getting sun. Yeah, that kind of sucks. With the weather getting colder, she says it's making her house much colder because the sun never warms it up now. So now she's already having to use her heater, even though she doesn't usually have to do it this time of year. She says she's now going to have a huge increase in her gas bill. I did suggest that it might balance out since it would keep her house cooler in the summer, since she wouldn't have to use her AC as much. She said she never uses her AC though because she likes it warm. Anyway, she wants us to pay the difference in her gas bill, saying if we had just built out, she wouldn't be having this problem. We didn't build out though because we would have lost a lot of outdoor space which we use. She says she'll even show me her past electric and gas bills to prove it. I still don't really feel like it's our responsibility to pay that though. Edit, we did have permits and inspections done. Okay, well that's a good edit because I don't even think about that. But you're not an asshole. This person isn't an asshole for not paying the bill. I can definitely see how the neighbor would think they're a bit of an asshole for building that second story. But honestly, like, it's not something that's in your power. Like, it's part of living in a society. Like, if people need to build, like, their house and they want to, that they can do that. If they had their permits and inspections done, like, you shouldn't have to just, like, not build your house up or out, like, because someone else isn't going to get sun. Like, that's... I hate to be that guy, but like, I don't think you should have to put your life on hold for something like that because people can't just like get up and move. It's not that easy. So this happens where I live all the time. People buy small capes, knock them down, and build 2 to 3 story mini mansions on the lots. It looks ridiculous, but as long as the builder has permits, it's allowed. I agree, it changes the character of the neighborhood. I don't think this is the same situation though. They didn't knock down or rebuild something completely different. They put on an addition. I've seen, yeah, I think like, you know, some company coming in and doing this would be one thing. That would be shitty. And yeah, maybe they should be paying out a little bit. But when it's just like a regular person, I don't know. I don't think it really applies there. If I were her, I would have considered moving. That said, I think that she is out of her mind for thinking you should pay for her gas bill. That's on a different level, WTF. That could lead to a whole slew of issues because, like, are they going to come up with, like, a contract and, like, get a lawyer and, like, sign it and all that? Would it be, like, an under-the-table thing, like, person to person? Is that even legal? I don't know. I think that could be a big mess, honestly, and someone could take advantage of that. Yeah, here's a comment I do sort of agree with. I'm sorry, my family's more important than your garden. If you think plants are more important than people, you're nuts. Okay, the second part of that sentence was taken a little bit too far. But, like, if that was in our situation, like, we couldn't move or something, and we decided to, like, add an extra story up top, and, like, someone lost their flower bed because of the sun or whatever, like, that sucks. You know what also sucks? Hearing, like, dogs barking all the time. But, like, that's part of life. That is going to be it for today's video. If you like this video, give it a little likesy poo. If you have commentary to share with the class, leave that down below. And if you super like this video, share it with your besties. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.